Now we move on to the theme of our session 2, which is, changing humanitarian and development context. And this theme is based on the document, which is document number 4, Changing Development Paradigm, and also a reflection of the document 5, Join Hands, Full Life and Dignity for All, feedback from the consultative process on the changing development paradigm. Our session is a continuation of what we started in session 1, to reflect on this theme and especially the changing context. And I'm going to invite Dirian to help us with the process for these two, for the session that is about to follow.
Thank you very much. So, thank you, Isabel. Indeed, our session is on the changing humanitarian and development context. As we saw earlier, we come from all over the world, and we work all over the world. And together, we have a powerful bird's eye view on what's going on in the humanitarian and development context. In this session, we will be hearing from a number of content experts. We'll have a panel discussion. We'll have the opportunity to interact with them. But before we do that, we wanted to give you the opportunity to talk and share your views and to hear back from you. On each of your tables, you'll see 2 cards, a pink one and a kind of pale yellow one. If you could find those for me right now. On them, there are 2 questions that we're going to invite you to take 20 minutes at your table and discuss. And please make sure and note down the answers, because we're going to be collecting these afterwards, and they will go in as very valuable content and contributions to the Committee on Advocacy and Policy and the Committee on Strategy. The first question on the pink sheet is the following. We all see changes taking place in the humanitarian and development context. What do the changes we witness mean for the poor and vulnerable communities? And we would like to ask you to discuss that and to note down some of the things that you're seeing. The second question is about the implications for us. It's, what do these changes mean to ACT Alliance and its membership? So I'd like to give you 20 minutes now. At the end of the 20 minutes, I'll call time, and we'll hear from some of the tables. Unfortunately, we won't hear from all 26 tables, but we'll take some highlights from some of your discussions. So please make sure and take the person with the best handwriting in any of the 3 languages to write down some of the notes of the things that you say, because that's very valuable input to us. So please, 20 minutes now. Make sure you discuss both of the questions, and I wish you a very rich discussion.
I feel there's a real opportunity to build these relations further. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all ecumenical and other partners who have accompanied the first years of the ACT Alliance, especially to WCC and the Lutheran World Federation. Dear friends, the new strategic plan offers a vision which we seek you to mature through work plans of implementation in individual ACT member organizations, in ACT forums, both nationally and regionally, and through the global advisory groups and communities of practice. The new governance will play a key role in creating conditions for progress and success of the entire Global Alliance. One of these conditions will be the sustainable funding mechanism for the Global Alliance. Finalizing decision-making on addressing some of the concerns created by the current mechanism will be one of the first tasks of the new governance. And in brackets, I'm happy I need not to be there anymore, because this is the most trickiest decision we have to take. As moderator of the first governing board, I would like to thank the membership of the ACT Alliance. I would like to thank all of your organizations for the trust you have placed on us and also on the support, the spiritual, financial, and programmatic support which you have given to us throughout our mandate. I would like to thank the General Secretary and the ACT Secretariat staff for the support they have given to us as Governing Board and EXCOM, and for the leadership taken by the General Secretary and the COO. With the governance reforms proposed to this Assembly, I feel confident that the new Governing Board will get a good starting point for its work. This basis has been created. This is the moment to take the decisive steps to boost it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cornelia. I think we all owe you both the applause but also the deep respect for the work you have done for the Alliance in these years, in a very significant role and also, of course, in a very significant time.
May we ask all the members of the Governing Board to stand up, because all of us
Yes.
earn that applause, and that you once again see who was with the Governing Board and with the Executive Committee. Would please all members of EXCOM and Governing Board stand up to receive your applause, of course.
We all know that behind reports like this, there are not only many who are working, but also many hours of work by many.
It's true.
But let us continue and listen to the report from the chair of the Finance Committee, Dean Triantifilou. Please.
6 o'clock and we're doing numbers, so please be patient. First, thank you to the Assembly for allowing me to be on the board and to serve in the Finance Committee. Also thanks to John, Jean-Daniel, Cornelia, and the board itself for your patience with me, as I know I can be somewhat driven at times when it comes to the finances. On the plane on the way down here, I was thinking about what to report, and my mind immediately turned to the current month, the current year, and I came across the draft Assembly statement that starts with the verse from John. The thief comes only to steal and to kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and to have it to full. And I realized that if we're looking at an assembly, we have to look at the fullness of our financial picture, the fullness of what we've accomplished over the last 4 years. Not to look at the glass half empty or half, but to look at it half full. I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not going to sit here and give praises and what have you, but I'm a realist. If we look at, the report and the slides, the first slide, the second slide, you'll see the numbers as far as our revenues and expenses, and there are deficits. What you don't see behind those deficits are all the hard work and dedication of the staff to mitigate expenses, to cut costs, to reduce activities, to hold positions open. despite the mandate that we gave them in Arusha. In Arusha, we went there with not being disrespectful, but we came together and we had very big ideas, 6 goals, and we had a funding mechanism that we honestly believed would work. We sent the staff back to Geneva, not only to merge 2 entities, ACT Development and ACT International, but to start the work of a new alliance requiring volumes and volumes of documents, policies, and procedures. So despite that, they managed through. It's not pretty, but we managed through. On the next slide, you'll see the appeals. If you look at the reporting period 2010 to 2013, $187 million, 62%. Some may say, you hear it, it's not enough, it's not enough. But actually, if we look back at the last 4 years of ACT International, which I don't have here, I can get to you later. The last 4 years of ACT International, this 187 represents 93%. And in this reporting period, we faced an economic crisis worldwide that we'd never seen before. So again, embracing the fullness of our finances, we accomplished a lot. And as a new alliance, with all the challenges of bringing people together and policies and procedures, the staff, to their credit, also completed 4 audits, all of which were clean. So we need to congratulate them for that as well. If we're talking the fullness, we also need to bring in the challenges that we face in regards to finance. The current financial structure, the pillars, the documents that we'll be discussing today and tomorrow are quite a challenge for many of our members. It's hard to afford to be in the alliance. It's hard to compete. It's hard to meet the needs as far as the fulfillment of our obligations that we signed up for. On the same token, we rely on 10 or 11 agencies, members, for 80% or about 80% of our funding. So a big thank you to them as well. And a commitment that we're going to fix things, that we're not reliant on them alone, and we have equity. Brothers and sisters in Christ, we've accomplished a lot, and yet we have a lot ahead of us to build an equitable, affordable, effective, and efficient alliance. Let's thank God for His blessings, for His love and generosity as we have fought through the challenges of round 1, the first 4 years, and survived. Now we come together with a gracious host in a beautiful setting to regroup, to listen to each other, as Reverend Olaf called us this morning, to make practical, realistic, affordable, achievable plans. Maybe we don't go this big. Maybe we go this big this time. But we got to focus. We got to come together for round 2. Let's join hands and work for the fullness of the ACT Alliance. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we go directly into the report from the General Secretary, John Duna. We'll look forward to hear from you. Thank you. Can somebody turn on the microphone on the pulpit? Just a second.
We have a very quick announcement about the beginning of the committee meeting. The Committee on Statutes is to start right now, so.
If you are part of the Committee on Statutes, you will know it because it is in the paperwork. It's a group of about 12 people, most of whom are here. I do not know the room exactly, but we will meet outside and we will start our session. Otherwise, we will not be able to get through it. Thank you.
Okay.
Dear Assembly participants, guests, colleagues, first of all, I wish to thank the SSID and other ACT members in this country, in the Dominican Republic, for hosting us. I would like to extend my welcome to the Chair of the Assembly, Reverend Dr. Olaf Fruchtwitz-Vet, General Secretary of the World Council of Churches, and I also like to extend my welcome and thanks to Reverend Martin Junge from the Lutheran World Federation. I give my sincere thanks to Reverend Cornelia, full group Vice, moderator of the ACT Alliance, who has led this alliance for the last 4 years and led it well. To the members of the ACT Governing Board, the Executive Committee, the Membership Committee, the Finance Committee, they have all contributed their individual and organization time, resources, as well as professional expertise, leading to the constructive decisions, actions, and policies for the Alliance. My sincere appreciation to my colleagues, the staff of the ACT Secretariat, and also I would like to give my thanks to the volunteers, the stewards that we have, and especially the staff of SSID for working so hard to make this meeting, this assembly, possible. To all of you, delegates, participants, for committing yourselves to come and make this assembly a reality. The theme of this assembly, Join Hands, Full Life and Dignity for All, truly as members of the Alliance, members of the ecumenical organizations, church representatives, let us all join hands and reaffirm our commitment to the vision that has led the formation of this ACT Alliance. United in the common task for Christians to manifest God's unconditional love for all people, we work towards a community where all God's creation live with dignity, justice, peace, and full respect for human rights and the environment. This vision puts people at the heart of the humanitarian development and advocacy work that we do. Let me pause and remind us that some of our members who were supposed to be with us today from West Africa are not with us in the assembly due to the Ebola epidemic that has devastated, in particular, countries of Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia. We know the statistics we have been seeing on television as this terrible disease continues to devastate the West African countries. Let me say that our members in Sierra Leone, Liberia, were among the first responders already in May of this year when the world was still fast asleep to the issue of the disease of Ebola. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our second assembly. It is important that together we reflect our past, where we are today, and where we want to go. I think most of you have taken time to walk around on the corridors outside to see some of the milestones, some of the things that you as members of the Alliance, you as the Alliance, you have managed to achieve. As Christians, as ACT members, we work together so that every human being can live in dignity, justice, peace, and full respect of human rights and the environment as our vision does state. The ACT Alliance has performed quite well in the area of humanitarian emergency response. The Alliance has responded to large and small emergencies around the world. The Alliance has collaborated well with other humanitarian actors, with the UN, and with other organizations that also work in responding to humanitarian emergencies.
Job today, and we should be happy to also to read the feedback, the written feedback. Bishop Masimango.
Bishop Masimango needed to go out and attend to something, so I've
As
just
well.
given...
So we are really coming to the very end of this session. We are 2 minutes before 7. I think I should use this opportunity to thank you all for your great efforts today. We still have a time to pray as we gather next to this hall for evening prayer at 7 o'clock, and there is a reception after that. For my side, I want again to express both the gratitude for being here, but also be part of this work and to hear how you are doing it, but also how you reflect on the way forward. I think this has been a very good day for the Alliance, and let us listen to the announcements before we end our day together in the prayer.
Thank you very much. Just a couple of announcements. Indeed, please join us next door immediately for the evening prayer for 15 minutes. And following that, we have a wonderful open house out in our exhibition space where we'll have the opportunity to look. We'll hear a little bit, and we'll have the chance to look at those things. Tomorrow morning, just be reminded that the morning worship will start at 8:15 and not 8:30, as it says in the program. And tomorrow we'll be meeting in this room at 9 o'clock to go forward and look at the new strategic plan. So thank you very much. Good. Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful day, everyone. And please join us for evening worship.